Thank you and good morning. First of all, congratulations. Congratulations on completing the course and being eligible to take this uh, certificate. Many of you have children, right? I have a son who is, of course, now he is 20, and he will be mad if if he knows that I am talking about him. When children are small, when they are, let's say, just 6 months, 7 months old, they don't know. They don't know how to, for example, they don't know how to cycle, right? They don't know how to use a bicycle or, do cycling and things like that, And then as they grow up and as they start seeing, other children doing it, when they become 2 years old, and then they start seeing other children doing it, they start developing a desire to, learn the same thing. And then they, of course, go trouble their father and mother. Then ultimately the father will buy a bicycle for them and, and run behind him and, make sure that he falls down a couple of times, but he learns, right? And once he learns initially, this person, this child, when they ride the bicycle, they're very conscious of what they do, isn't it? They would actually be thinking about their body posture. They would be thinking about how hard they should be, pushing the pedal, when to ring the bell and all that. So when they initially do it, they would be doing it in a very, very conscious way, right? But, fast forward in the couple of months, maybe 3-4 months when they are, completely knowing this art of bicycling. Do you think they think about bicycling when they actually do the bicycling? No, they must probably be, they think about their friends, they think about playing, they sing songs, they leave their hands, probably, and they do it so very well. Now, I tell this to demonstrate or sort of help you understand what are the learning, what is actually the 4 stages of the learning cycle, When we are babies, when we do not know what we do not know, that's actually called the, unconscious incompetence, right? We don't know what we don't know, right? And we are not bothered about it, right? Because we don't know and we are happy. Ignorance is bliss, right? Nothing to worry about. That's really the stage of unconscious incompetence, right? Now, from there, we go to the second stage, which comes through awareness. When we see somebody else doing it, awareness creeps in. And awareness brings us to a stage, which is the second stage of learning, called conscious incompetence, right? We become conscious of our incompetence, right? So that's the second stage where we reach. Now, of course, from there, we learn, we practice, and then we start doing it. That's really the third stage of learning, called conscious competence. And in the stage of conscious competence, whatever you do it consciously. I'm sure most of us who learned driving would remember this, right? When we initially started driving, we would have been sitting, like this, worrying about who is coming near and all that stuff, So all of us must have gone through this. But when we reach the 4th stage of learning, which is called the unconscious competence, that is where we start doing things in an unconscious way, and that is really the highest level of learning, the unconscious competence stage. So learning is actually all about taking us from this unconscious incompetent stage to the unconscious competent stage, right? Now, why am I saying this here? Especially for executive education. Of course, all of us gone through the school education, the university education, all that. We are at work, and especially in executive education. Now the question is, do we take this course for getting the certificate, or do we take this course for actually applying it at our workplaces, in our day-to-day lives, in our relationships, in everything that we do? Do we take it for applying it, or do we take it for, it is a valuable certificate, but do we just take it for the sake of the certificate? So my request to you is, see, I have learned from this, from many years that I have spent in learning, that any training program, any education, once you reach a particular level, can only make you aware of what you do not know. It can only bring you to that awareness level of, of what we call as conscious incompetence. So I didn't know this. Okay, this is something new. I didn't know this. So that is the level that any education program, I mean, if some of you are from IBM and you know the amount of money we spend in IBM for training, right? But any training program can only bring you to that unconscious competence level. Now, what I'm asking you this morning is, especially those of you who are graduating, is to make a commitment not to leave it there. Not to leave it there. Make a commitment to consciously practice what you have learned. Remember, practice will not come. I mean, you will not be able to unconsciously practice it unless you consciously practice it first. So this morning, I am asking you to make a commitment to make sure that you consciously practice the things that you learn from this program, and then after a few years, you will reach a stage of unconscious competence where these things will come naturally to you. Strategic management will come, strategic leadership or negotiation or communication will come naturally to you. And I wish you would all reach that stage and thereby be successful, be asset to your organizations that you are in, be good in your family relationships, for example. If those of you have learned communication better, we can apply it there and things like that. But I ask you to choose to do that, right? And I really want you to choose that, because I don't want you to do it because Madhu pushed you to do it, or IBM is asking you to do it, or your organization says, look, we have invested in you, we have let you, we have given you permission to do it, etc. I don't want you to do it because of anybody else doing it. I would like you to choose to do it yourself. You know the difference between choosing to do and having to do, right? When me and my wife go shopping, after a couple of shops, after the third shop, her energy levels are, going up higher and higher. She's willing to go to the fifth shop and the sixth shop and the seventh shop and all that. And I am looking for a coffee shop, right? Because my energy levels have already gone down. The reason is because it's something that she chose to do, and it is something that I have to do. Right? So, when you choose to do something, it will energize you. It will take you forward. You don't have to worry about what comes. So this morning, that's my request to you. Choose to apply. Choose to consciously apply what you learn here and reach a level of unconscious competence, and be an asset to yourself, your family, your society circle, and your organization. Congratulations once more, and thank you.